Alright everybody, so here's what we're going to do. Another sketch. We're going to do another sketch. So imagine sketching, we're going to try to do an archway that you would see like in Central Park or something like that. I'm sure you've all been to Central Park or can imagine what Central Park looks like with its famous arches, and if you can't, you can look up online, type in Central Park arches, and you'll come up with a whole bunch of different looks and views of arches. So we're going to try to draw an arch with like a stone wall, an old, you know, early 1900s, late 1800s look to it, kind of like that New York City Central Park look. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with two vanishing points again. So put them somewhere near the middle of the piece of paper. And again, this is sketching, does not need to be exact. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring two shallow lines out from the left side. So we're going to come out nice and shallow like that, and then come out shallow like that. Okay, this is going to be our wall that we're going to put our arch on. So if we put an arch on here, we want a road, kind of like a walkway that can go through here. So we're going to go from the right side, and we're going to do two lines coming out, and where those lines intersect with the lines we did previously is where our arch is going to be. Sorry if I bang the camera, I'm trying to draw underneath it. So right here and right here is where our arch is going to be. So we're going to bring these lines straight up. Okay, bring these points straight up. Alright, so I'm going to erase some of mine just so it becomes more obvious. If you want to erase yours, by all means. It is just a sketch, so don't worry about it. So this is where our arch is going to be. So we're going to put the top of the arch, like how we want this arch to be. So coming from this vanishing point, I'm going to put a line here. So when we draw anything with a circle on it, you want to draw it like a square shape first. So the peak of the arch is not going to be dead center. Since things get smaller as they go to the left here, we're going to take the center of the arch and move it back a tiny bit. Okay, so let's say this is our center right here. So we're going to bring this wall up, and we're going to hit that center point, and then we're going to bring it back down to hit that part right there. So it should look like the arch gets a little smaller on the left-hand side than the right-hand side. Okay, so there we have our arch. I'm just going to darken this in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. And there we have our arch drawn through our overpass. Okay, so we want to make it look like somebody could walk up to this thing, so we're going to put some sidewalks in, right? So this sidewalk is going to come from this vanishing point, come out. Okay, so it gets bigger as we go. I'm just going to put some marks in to make it look like it's a sidewalk. And again, I'm just sketching this. Doesn't need to be exact, and it often looks better if it's not exact. So the little sketch here makes it look like it has some life to it. And then this is going to go back underneath this tunnel here. Right, so this doesn't make sense that this wall just goes infinitely in this direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stairs over here. Okay, not as difficult as it sounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop this wall somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to do it about right here. I'm just going to put a vertical line in. And don't worry about your sidewalk and where it ends and begins, doesn't matter. Again, this is just sketching. This is just to give someone an idea of what this thing would look like. So right here, we're going to pretend that as if you're walking down this sidewalk and you turn here, you go up some stairs to reach this top level. And to do that, we're going to put the front of the steps on. So from this vanishing point, we're going to just do some lines that look like they kind of come from that vanishing point. Then we're going to just put the steps on. So this would be the first step up, okay? And then the top of this step would go to this vanishing point over here. So I'm just going to bake it and then come up, back, right? And then eventually it's going to disappear like that. And again, it's just sketching, so don't worry about this really looks, okay? And it should make it look like you can walk down the sidewalk and then up these steps. So then right here, we're just going to do another vertical line up. And then the top of that line is going to aim for this vanishing point like that. Alright, so it kind of looks like you go up these steps and then you're on a new level there. All right, so that was our steps coming up, and then again you make this darker, give a little bit of texture on this wall, shadow in the steps if you want. Okay, whatever you want to do to make this look a little bit more realistic. Old lampposts. I'm going to put a lamppost right here. Kind of want to make it look like it's in proportion with what we're drawing here. Okay, so we'll make this like an old lamppost looking thing, and then do the same thing over here, and it should be slightly smaller than the first one. Okay, and then as we go this way, I'm going to put some more up here. Here's another lamppost, and again, I'm just giving the illusion that it's a lamppost. Don't worry about what a lamppost actually looks like. You're just telling someone that it's something here. Okay, and then I'm going to just put the beginning of one in there, and maybe I'll put one down here. And if you don't get this the first time, don't worry about it. And then we're going to put a railing up here. With some posts in there so people don't fall over. All right, and then this one is going to go back so that they don't fall over the stairs there. Okay, so it looks now like we can walk down our sidewalk and we can go up our stairs, and then we'll be on this top level here. So let's make this look a little bit like kind of like bricks here. So we'll have this line come out. This will be our first line of bricks that we drew before. This line comes out. This will be our second line of bricks. This line comes out. Be our third line of bricks there. All right. So bricks. When you draw bricks, they are alternating. So if this brick edge is right there, this will be down here, and then it'll be alternating. So there'll be another edge here, another edge here. Right. So this one goes away. Okay, if you have bricks on the outside of your house anywhere, go look. They don't sit, the seams don't sit right on top of each other. So we're going to draw like that. I often have a tendency when I sketch to sketch too fast and I make it too messy, so take your time. Alright, so we have our brick wall coming along. And okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Right back to there. And anything with bricks, you kind of want to give these soft edges to it, because bricks are not, you know, perfect straight edges, and all this will look a little bit more realistic if you give it some soft edges there. Right. So going into the tunnel, if you want to put like some shading inside the tunnel, you can. Anything you want to do that way, make it look like this kind of light coming out right inside the road here, or this walkway. Alright, so it looks like you kind of go in there, give the sidewalk a little bit shading on that side. Right, shading up the wall a little bit. Right, so just make it a little bit more realistic. Things in life have, like, you know, a lot of depth and shading and stuff to them. If you want to put some fencing here, you can, you know, like put like a little like railing that comes out. You can if you want on both sides. If you want to put some trees up here, you know, like if you were to walk up to this top level, that there would be trees like on the other side of this road up at the top. You can kind of just give some like illusion of something by giving kind of like an organic shape like this. And if you do that up there, you know, then you kind of give a little bit of illusion to something. It'll look like there's trees back there. right? So you can kind of pretend that this would be a tree, right? So that would be sketching our, put some things right here. Sketching an archway that we might see in New York City in Central Park. Right, so have fun with this. Try it a bunch of different times. It doesn't. This is just sketching, so don't beat yourself up if it doesn't look perfect the first time. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Right, have fun with it. Send me a picture. Show me what you got. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.